Wow. What's up, everybody? We'll wait for some people to get in here before we start our comments. Unbelievable. Post your comments right now where you want to take this. LSU lose their fourth straight opener. But they don't just lose. LSU allow 31 straight points, 31 unanswered points. We lose 45-24. $45-24. 14 Acres Maintenance, come join us. Patrick, come join us. Thought we'd have a victory cigar. Instead, we are having a defeat cigarette. Wow. Terrible, terrible, terrible loss. And now LSU fans are melting all over. Melting. And, maybe we have a reason to, because the way Harold Perkins was used tonight was absolutely embarrassing. Harold Perkins was completely destroyed tonight as far as being an actual linebacker. As far as actually attacking the backfield, the quarterback, we didn't see anything of it from Harold Perkins. He's just standing in the middle all game being a linebacker. Because, they talked all offseason about how they want him to be a linebacker and how there's so much more to his game than being an edge rusher and all this stuff. That's fine and well. But look how effective he was. Look how effective it was for our defense, who really needed someone like him tonight. Omar Spates was trying to do it all, but he couldn't do it all, and he got exposed in the end because he had no help at the linebacking core. I've been talking about the linebacking core the entire offseason, saying I didn't think it was deep enough. Didn't like how there's just a lack of depth across our entire defense, and you saw a tired defense tonight. We missed Mason Smith big time tonight. Zy Alexander may have been targeted like 8 or 9 times tonight. They picked on him big time, and he allowed at least 5, maybe 6 catches tonight. I'm not even exaggerating there. It could have been 7 or 8 catches that he allowed, but there was a few drops by Johnny Wilson. But really, this is you saw some great play from Brendan Swinson early and late. You saw brilliant play from Mekhi Wingo up front, as always. But they got worn down because we could not stop the running game. They were starting to get the running game going, but really it was all about third down. They were killing us on third down. Jordan Travis had a field day throwing the football. They put 494 yards on us, 359 through the air. 135 on the ground. 4 touchdown passes, 23 of 31 from Jordan Travis for a 203 quarterback rating, 74% completion. They put in their backup against us. They had 7 penalties, 6 in the first half. They went 9 of 14 on third down. We went 3 of 10, 0 of 3 on fourth. They went 1 of 1 on fourth. Averaging 7.5 average yards per play. We averaged 7.2. Jaden Daniels was starting to get harassed in that second half. They were getting a ton of pressure. Huge push up front. It wasn't just Jared Verse, but Keon Coleman shredded us. 3 touchdown catches, 9 catches, 122 yards, 12 targets his way. He absolutely destroyed us. Johnny Wilson, 7 for 104. We allowed 200-yard receivers tonight. Deuce Chestnut had a great first half. He was awesome first half. Second half, he got destroyed. He allowed that touchdown. He allowed a big bomb play down his way. Zy Alexander was picked on, as I alluded to before. We have problems at defensive back. Major Burns, Andre Sam missing tackles, having guys literally trucking them in the fourth quarter. It was not good to see. This is our 4th straight opening game where we have looked sluggish, we have looked pathetic, and we've embarrassed ourselves. Now, people want to blame Jaden Daniels. No, this is not Jaden Daniels' blame game moment. Patrick B., what's up, my man? He said they didn't seem like they used Perk very well. No, they did not. Key drops and line collapsing. You just said it. The key drops. My God, I was going to go into it. Big third down drop from Kyron Lacey. That's 17-24. He has a chance to make that catch and be gone for 40-plus yards, maybe even a touchdown. Instead, he drops it, just like he did last season. He talked all offseason about being that guy. He got the NIL deals, all the backing from everybody, Gordon McKernan, all these people backing him. You heard the backing from everybody about Kyron Lacey. And he made that sick play in the first half. And it looked like, okay, he's going to come good. And then he does that, dropping 2 huge passes. And then Brian Thomas Jr. dropping a big-time bomb down the sideline. The last play of the third quarter could have been a big-time play for us. Right there, the game completely swung from the end of the third to the beginning of the fourth. Completely swung. I know Florida State was resurgent. They were in the lead at that point. It was still anyone's game, and we let it get away from us big time with that interception, which was caused by another miscommunication between Jaden Daniels and the receivers. But I don't think it's really on Daniels. Daniels put up 347 through the air. Most came on that 75-yard long from touchdown from Brian Thomas Jr. that came out of nowhere. And the stats look good for Brian Thomas Jr., 7 catches, 142, but he made that big drop. Malik, 6 for 67. We just did not get him in favorable matchups at all. Mason Taylor, 4 for 39. He had some good plays. All of that comes from like a 15-yard long one, and we just did not get him back the ball. We had a 55-yard opening pass play to Trey Bradford, and we never really got it back after that. I mean, at one point in the second half, we had 51 yards total in the entire half for the big plays at the end. I mean, what the hell happened in that second half? What happened in that second half? What type of capitulation happened? Are we? Has our lack of depth been that poorly exposed? Ronald Crenshaw says we sucked badly in the second half. Well, yeah, I mean, no getting away from that. Terrible. People are calling for Brian Kelly, his head even. We need to reevaluate Brian Kelly. I'm not so sure about that. Like I've said before this game, Brian Kelly could lose 7 games this year, and I would still say he's the guy. But the play calling was terrible at places. The use of Harold Perkins was an absolute joke. A joke. An embarrassment. You have the best player, the best defender in college football, and you use him like that. A pedestrian. It was almost like he wasn't even there. It explains why the team got tired in the second half. It definitely does explain that. It definitely explains the tiredness in the second half, Patrick. That's what it explains. It explains why you saw Florida State guys running us over. We could have used Malik and Taylor more, sure. That doesn't matter when you're getting a run over. When you are getting outplayed, outmanned, just your ass beat in the trenches. We got worn down in the trenches tonight. Absolutely destroyed in the trenches tonight. There is no getting away. There's no getting around that. LSU got bossed in the trenches. We tried to at times run it down Florida State's mouth, right down their throat, and we started to get that push early. The first 2 touchdowns looked like, okay, we're starting to get that thing going. Jaden Danielson making some good scrambles. We were starting to make some good throws. Anytime we'd start getting something going, we'd go away from it. Anytime we got some momentum, we went away from it. Something bad happened. That second half was one of the worst halves of football I've seen from an LSU team in a while. I mean, you could argue it's definitely the worst half from a Brian Kelly coach team. You could definitely make that argument and win with me on that, because 31 unanswered points. Letting Florida State dominate you like that up front on both sides of the ball, and then let them absolutely shred your defensive secondary like that. We can look at the offensive failures, we can look at the defensive failures, but when you're letting Keon Coleman toast you for that many yards, you have 200-yard receivers from Florida State, then you're starting to let them run the ball on you. You can't stop Benson. Jordan Travis is throwing for over 300 yards. It's going to be a sinking ship. It's going to all collapse. Mekhi Wingo can put 6 pressures on the board. He can have 2 sacks, whatever. It's not enough. We had a guy like Harold Perkins, and we handcuffed him tonight, and just handcuffed him against the bar and said, okay, stay in the back. Read and react. I mean, how easy was it for blockers on Harold Perkins tonight? It was absolutely insane. You could see the frustration with Harold. Oh. 45-24. 45-24. LSU lose their fourth straight opening game of a season since the 2019 season. Everyone picking this team to be a national championship winning team. Everyone picking this team to be a college football playoff team. Where does that look right now with what we just saw? Can you make that proclamation with any seriousness now? It's tough. It is tough after what we just saw to say this team are a for sure playoff team, because where is the help going to be in the defensive backfield? Where is the help going to be in the up front? Where's the depth going to be? You saw Will Campbell getting beaten for sacks. You saw everybody on the offensive line getting beaten. This is supposed to be the strength of the team. In almost every single phase, we had another turnover on special teams. Defense was terrible. Second half, you're allowing 31 unanswered points. I mean, what can you say? What can you say? Unreal. I'm just frankly stunned this has happened again, LSU, and that it happened like this. LSU losing in the last minutes, that's one thing. A big turnover or something, like you lose by 8, 9, okay. LSU just got destroyed. Blown off the field. We saw some good plays from Jordan Jefferson up the middle. Tackle for loss for him. We were unable to get a single sack on Jordan Travis tonight. Not a single sack. 4 quarterback hits, 4 tackles for loss, probably 15, 20 pressures, 0 sacks on Jordan Travis. Once again, he was making everybody miss. Unreal. Unreal. They had 3 sacks on us, 6 pass breakups, and that big interception. That interception really was a backbreaker. Our Gonzalez says the defense is garbage. Yeah, they look like it tonight. They were terrible. I mean, I expected us to allow 30 points tonight. I didn't have such a high confidence in our defense, but 45 points, 31 unanswered, the way it happened. Keon Coleman going off. Johnny Wilson dropping passes and still going off. It's just unacceptable. It is just beyond unacceptable. I don't understand how Harold Perkins can be a non-factor in this game. And Patrick B just said the same thing. It never occurred to me that Perk would be a non-factor. Exactly. Gonzalez. Our corners look like Oompa Loompas covering giants. Yeah. It was egregious. What are going to be the changes that we see from this game? What are we going to see change from this LSU team from now into week 2, week 3? What are we going to see? Are we going to see a reshuffling in the secondary? Certain receivers not going to be out there anymore. We're going to see a change in receiving core. Maybe Chris Hilton. Maybe Shelton Sampson gets a chance over Kyron Lacey. It's just hard. I mean, that game is so fast and furious. It's like almost even trying to just gather yourself to figure out what the hell just happened. So much happened in that game. There's so many big hits, so many crazy plays, but it just became a Florida State onslaught once that interception happened. Florida State had the ball for 11 more minutes than LSU. 11 more minutes. They controlled the game. They controlled the entire second half. They knew certain things about this team and how to beat this team, and they realized they let us back in it last year, and they said we're not going to let that happen this year, and they didn't. We have no excuses as LSU fans. Florida State, their fan base can say whatever they want. They kicked our ass. And that is tough to take because when are we going to face them next? R. Gonzalez says, yes, Neighbors only one not dropping catches. Neighbors, I didn't see him make a drop. He made an error on the interception, but he kind of miscommunicated there with on the route. But he didn't drop passes. That was Kyron Lacey dropping passes. He dropped 2, and then Brian Thomas Jr. dropped another one. We also should have taken points in that first half, I do believe. The 6 points that we could have taken, the field goals we could have kicked early in the game, and we kept going for it on 4th down, and we screwed up. We left so many points on that field in that first half. We had 6 red zone opportunities, scored off of twice. That is just not enough. We could have put Florida State really against it right there. They were only ever down 7 points. We really could have put them down 14 at one point. Should have. And we should have scored that touchdown right before half, too. Once again, another missed opportunity. We had missed opportunities big time right there in that second quarter to put Florida State against it in a way that I don't think they would have been able to recover so well as score 31 straight points. That wouldn't have happened had LSU just handled their business in that first quarter and punched it in. We would get down to that red zone and just start running the ball right up the gut. After calling some great offense to get down there, we would just start running it up the gut. I don't know what we're doing. It's not creative. It's so predictable. It's almost transparent. Like, what are we doing? Oh, guys, gals, everyone, what did we just see? What is the biggest reason that this loss happened? Biggest reason. Well, it seems like for the last few weeks, this team was kind of being crowned. This team we're feeling like we're going to be a great team. We're going to win a national championship. And it seems like they forgot what it takes to win a national championship. You can't lose a game like this and then go through this entire schedule to win a national championship. If this LSU team are able to go 11-1, get to that SEC title game, get to that college football playoff, it'll be unbelievable. It'll be an incredible feat because now you've already lost this top 10 game. It's going to take an Alabama win, a win over Alabama, to get back everything LSU just had, all the goodwill, all the love, all the belief. We let it get to our heads too quick, in my opinion. There was a lot of fan fever. There was a lot of huge expectations piled on these guys. And I think it was too much too soon. This is a young team. This is a young team led by, certain veterans in certain places, but this is still a very young team. And you saw that there's some guys making some plays, some guys able to try and hang on, but then just over the overall entirety of the team, it collapsed in on itself. And I wanted to see some guys like Javion Toviano given some spots, given some chances, Ashton Stamps given some chances. We needed help as in the secondary, and we didn't use everything we have. I'm just shocked, stunned, dismayed, pissed off, disappointed. This is a team that should have gone out there and finished Florida State off in that first half. Those missed red zone opportunities, those 4 missed red zone opportunities, cost us this game because we knew we lost those opportunities. We knew those were missed opportunities. And we continued to do it. We continued to just let the moment go right through our hands. And that's the most disappointing thing of all, that we let this big opportunity go right through our hands. Unbelievable, guys. We're going to have a lot more on this game in the coming days. We're going to analyze this game back, forwards, frontwards, inside and out, because this is where the fate of this team is right now. We just lost 45-24, and we have to get that into our heads. This team has a lot of work to do and a long way to go to be the contenders we expect them to be. You're going to be hearing a lot of it. Try and avoid the melt. Try and remember it's just one game, long season. But man, it's a tough one to swallow. Go Tigers.